Long faces at Thomas Kingston's funeral with Prince William and the widow by Kate Middleton. Finally, the mournful farewell of Thomas Kingston, the husband of Lady Gabriella Windsor and cousin of William and Harry, has taken place. The funeral was attended by Prince William and other members of the royal family. It is important to note that the financier's body was found dead last month at the age of 45 under mysterious circumstances, which are currently under investigation. Now, let's delve into the details. The procession for Thomas Kingston's body began at Kensington Palace, the family home of his widow, Lady Gabriella Windsor. It ended at the court of the Ambassador of St. James's Palace. Although there are no videos of the procession, there are photos that will be shown later. However, these photos do not reveal much. Following the procession, a private family funeral was held at the Royal Chapel, where many royal weddings have taken place, including Queen Victoria and Prince Albert's in 1840. In fact, in 2013, it was where George, the heir to the heir, the firstborn son of Kate Middleton and William, was baptized. The Duke of Cambridge, Prince William, was present, but Kate was not. She is said to still be recovering. In any case, let's focus on the funeral and then we can discuss Kate, as there are many things to share. Lady Gabriella was accompanied at the funeral by her parents, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, her brother Lord Frederick Windsor, and his wife, actress Sophie Winkleman. We have previously discussed Lady Gabriella's parents, who were somewhat suspicious due to their curious connections. Her father has a peculiar past, and some would even say a present, with Nazi affiliations. The Duke of Kent and Princess Alexandra were also present at the gathering, which was attended by 140 people. Surprisingly, the King, Lady Gabriella's second cousin, and the Queen were not in attendance. It is a bit surprising that Camilla was not present, but perhaps she was tired. She has made it clear that she will not attend public events. Yesterday, she appeared in a video for a very important Commonwealth Day, as she continues her cancer treatment. The Queen was organizing a reception for women of the world at Buckingham Palace. Thomas Kingston's body has been cremated. Kingston and Lady Gabriella, also known as Ella, were married in the St. George's Chapel in Windsor in a ceremony that has been widely covered in videos. The wedding was attended by Prince Michael's first cousin, Queen Elizabeth, and Prince Philip in 2019. They lived in London, but according to new reports, Thomas was visiting his parents in the Scottish Highlands when he died. It is believed to have been a case of suicide, as a forensic court was told that his father went out for a walk with the dogs and, upon his return, Thomas was no longer in the house. Approximately 30 minutes later, his mother went to look for him. The chief forensic officer, Kerr, stated that Thomas's father forcibly entered a locked annex building, where Thomas Kingston was found with a catastrophic and traumatic head injury. A firearm was also found at the scene. The police are convinced that his death raises many suspicions. The forensic officer stated that a post-mortem examination had been conducted, and the provisional cause of death was determined to be a traumatic head injury. She formally opened an investigation into his death, which has been postponed. We will have to wait and see what happens. Now, let's discuss a bit more about Thomas Kingston. He studied at the University of Bristol and joined the Diplomatic Missions Unit of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He had a good relationship with Queen Elizabeth II and was previously in a relationship with Middleton before marrying Lady Gabriella Windsor. The last time they were seen together was on Valentine's Day, February 14th, when they posed happily. Currently, Thomas was working for a private investment fund. As for Lady Gabriella, there is little information available. It is known that she is focused on her job as a director of art and travel at her company. She has also turned to writing to cope with this difficult time. She collaborates with the press and has released songs inspired by bossa nova in 2020. I have remained silent on this topic for a while, but now let's move on to William and Kate. However, I must say that there are not as many conspiracy theories surrounding them as there are surrounding Kate. Nevertheless, let's take a look at them. Beyond the in-laws, who are always a factor to consider, there are rumors about Thomas Kingston's questionable friendships. It is similar to the case of Antonio Teatro, where suddenly you find yourself surrounded by new people, and your close circle wonders why you are associating with them. They seem strange and not compatible with you. Thomas Kingston may have found himself in a similar situation, despite his international profile due to his work in private investment funds. I am not sure if there are any ongoing investigations regarding this, But these are the latest news. Whether it was suicide or something else, we need to determine what led him to make that decision and end his life. Now, let's move on to William and Kate. It is important to note that there are not as many conspiracy theories surrounding them as there are surrounding Kate. However, there are some interesting aspects to consider. One theory suggests that Kate's mental health may have played a role in the events leading up to this situation. When your life is based on appearances and everything falls apart due to unforeseen circumstances, several things have been discussed. There have been rumors about William's alleged addiction to alcohol and his supposed infidelity with Rose Hanbury, which is now receiving a lot of attention. She is being portrayed, just like Camilla was in the past, as a high-class lady. However, there is a photo of her in which she does not appear in the best light. It is a disturbing image, and I will share it with you someday. The collapse of Kate's mental health due to unforeseen circumstances is currently being discussed. From the beginning, there were suspicions surrounding her surgery. She was not seen leaving the London clinic in a car or any other means of transportation. There were no images until a week ago, and the images that have been released are all fake. This is something that is widely accepted, and there is pressure from the press to release the original photo. However, it is not really important. They have already apologized. The British media is demanding not only that Kate appear, but also the original photo. It is a matter of importance to them, but it does not really matter. Kate is recovering well at home. I must say that there is a sense of impunity in how this situation is being handled. It seems that there are things about Kate Middleton that are being hidden. It appears that she is not being protected. There are certain things that are not being clarified, and the family is facing conflicts, not only between the couple, but also with William's father and stepmother, Charles and Camilla. As I mentioned before, this will not stop until Kate Middleton speaks out and reveals what has happened. It seems that history is repeating itself, as it did with Meghan. Meghan was harassed by the press, just like Diana was. Diana ended her life on a bridge after being chased by paparazzi and these tabloid terrorists. They are the same ones who are now demanding paparazzi and tabloid journalists, creating false news and not leaving the royal family alone. They know that the royal family's policy is not to engage with them, but when they do, it only gets worse. They have given them fuel to continue with scandals, such as Rose Hanbury. We will see what happens next. This topic has sparked suspicions internationally, not just in the UK. From the beginning, it has been overshadowed by other terrible news, such as Charles' prostate operation and Sarah Ferguson's skin cancer, which was initially portrayed as terminal, but now she is recovering well. However, Kate Middleton's situation has raised suspicions from the start. She was not seen leaving the London clinic, and the images that have been released are all fake. It is assumed and accepted that they are fake. There is pressure from the British press, but it is not really important. Kate is recovering well at home. In the midst of all the speculation and conspiracy theories surrounding Thomas Kingston's funeral, it is important to highlight the unity and support shown by the royal family during this difficult time. Prince William's presence at the funeral, despite Kate's absence, demonstrates the closeness between the two families. It is worth noting that the Queen's absence may be due to her busy schedule and her commitment to other important events. Additionally, rumors of Camilla's absence being a result of fatigue should not overshadow the seriousness of her ongoing cancer treatment. As for Thomas Kingston, his background and connections are being scrutinized as the investigation into his death continues. While he was known for his work in private investment funds, it seems he may have surrounded himself with questionable individuals, raising further suspicions about his untimely demise. Whether it was suicide or not, finding answers to the circumstances that led to his tragic end is crucial. Furthermore, the presence of Lady Gabriella's parents, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, at the funeral raises interesting questions about their involvement in the circumstances surrounding Thomas Kingston's death. Despite their curious connections and her father's questionable past with Nazi affiliations, they were in attendance to pay their respects. This adds a layer of intrigue to the already mysterious circumstances surrounding his passing. On another note, it is important to acknowledge the impact of Thomas Kingston's death on the royal family. The loss of a family member, particularly under such tragic circumstances, undoubtedly affects the entire family dynamic. It is crucial for them to come together and support one another during this difficult time. In addition to the funeral, there are rumors circulating about Kate Middleton's mental health and how it may have contributed to the events leading up to Thomas Kingston's death. This opens up a broader discussion about mental health within the royal family and the pressures that come with their high-profile positions. It is vital to approach these rumors and speculations with caution, as they can easily escalate and negatively impact the individuals involved. It is important to remember that mental health is a sensitive topic and should be treated with empathy and understanding. The unity and support shown by the royal family during Thomas Kingston's funeral reflect a close relationship between the families. Prince William's presence at the funeral, despite Kate's absence, demonstrates their unwavering support for Lady Gabriella Windsor and her family during this difficult time. It is evident that the royal family is coming together to offer comfort and solidarity to one another. In light of Thomas Kingston's mysterious connections and questionable associations, the investigation into his death becomes even more significant. The scrutiny surrounding his background suggests that there may be more to his untimely demise than meets the eye. As detectives delve deeper into the circumstances, it becomes increasingly important to uncover the truth and find closure for all involved. The presence of Lady Gabriella's parents, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, adds a layer of intrigue to the situation. While they have raised curiosity due to their controversial past, their attendance at the funeral showcases their commitment to supporting Lady Gabriella during this tragic time. It raises questions about their potential involvement and further adds to the complexity of the circumstances surrounding Thomas Kingston's passing. Beyond the funeral, the rumors surrounding Kate Middleton's mental health bring attention to the challenges faced by the royal family. The pressures of their high-profile positions can take a toll on their well-being, and it is crucial to address these issues with empathy and understanding. Mental health should always be treated with utmost care, and it is important for the royal family to prioritize their emotional well-being. Amidst all the speculation and theories, it is essential to remember the impact of Thomas Kingston's death on the entire royal family. The loss of a family member, especially in such tragic circumstances, undoubtedly disrupts the family dynamic. It serves as a reminder of their vulnerability and the need for compassion and support during times of grief. In the midst of all the speculation and conspiracy theories surrounding Thomas Kingston's funeral, it is important to highlight the unity and support shown by the royal family during this difficult time. Prince William's presence at the funeral, despite Kate's absence, demonstrates the closeness between the two families. It is worth noting that the Queen's absence may be due to her busy schedule and her commitment to other important events. Additionally, rumors of Camilla's absence being a result of fatigue should not overshadow the seriousness of her ongoing cancer treatment. As for Thomas Kingston, his background and connections are being scrutinized as the investigation into his death continues. While he was known for his work in private investment funds, it seems he may have surrounded himself with questionable individuals, raising further suspicions about his untimely demise. Whether it was suicide or not, finding answers to the circumstances that led to his tragic end is crucial. Furthermore, the presence of Lady Gabriella's parents, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, at the funeral raises interesting questions about their involvement in the circumstances surrounding Thomas Kingston's death. Despite their curious connections and her father's questionable past with Nazi affiliations, they were in attendance to pay their respects. This adds a layer of intrigue to the already mysterious circumstances surrounding his passing. On another note, it is important to acknowledge the impact of Thomas Kingston's death on the royal family. The loss of a family member, particularly under such tragic circumstances, undoubtedly affects the entire family dynamic. It is crucial for them to come together and support one another during this difficult time. In addition to the funeral, there are rumors circulating about Kate Middleton's mental health and how it may have contributed to the events leading up to Thomas Kingston's death. In conclusion, the unity and support shown by the royal family during Thomas Kingston's funeral highlight the close relationship between the families. Prince William's presence, despite Kate's absence, demonstrates their unwavering support for Lady Gabriella Windsor and her family. The investigation into Thomas Kingston's death becomes more significant as his questionable associations and connections are scrutinized. The presence of Lady Gabriella's parents, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, adds intrigue to the situation. Additionally, rumors surrounding Kate Middleton's mental health raise awareness of the challenges faced by the royal family. It is crucial to prioritize mental health and provide empathy and understanding. The impact of Thomas Kingston's death on the entire royal family emphasizes the need for compassion and support during times of grief.